Hello, my friend. How are you doing? I am so thrilled to be here with you. And today I want to share with you 5 practices that keep me on track as a mentor. These are the things that really help me to show up in the day to day, and these are the things that really help me supporting my clients and growing my business. Sometimes being an independent entrepreneur can feel overwhelming, and there is no denying that there are certain moments, especially at the beginning of building your business, that requires a lot of effort. So I believe it's also super important that you take good care of yourself. And this is what today's video is about. Today's video is about, what are those practices? How can you implement some of those practices? Maybe you already have some of those practices and you have some other practices that help you as well. So without further ado, let's find out what are those 5 practices that I use and that keep me on track on my day-to-day as a mentor. The first one is morning reflection, and this is about having time for myself. For me, the morning, it's like a kind of the most important moment of the day. And hey, it may be different for you. Maybe you are an evening person and you find inspiration in the late evening. For me, after 10 p.m., I'm not a human anymore. Usually I like to wake up very early, especially if I am in Asia. Usually by 5:30, 6, I'm already wake up. And this moment of silence in the morning, it's something that really helps me being connected with myself. So one of the first practices that I take in the morning, it's my contemplation and meditation practice. I sit for a moment in front of my altar and I take a moment to be in silence and to sit with myself, with my feelings, with my emotions. And this is honestly one of the things that I find it gives me more inspiration and it keeps me more motivated. Even sometimes I might wake up with a little bit of not very positive emotions. Maybe I didn't have a good night's sleep, and in the morning I would feel a little bit unmotivated to start my day. But the moment I kind of sit in front of my altar, the moment I light up the candle, the moment I do my contemplation, I do my prayers, and I do my meditation, that is going to shift the energy of the entire day. Another thing that I do during my morning is, of course, to have a coffee. I really enjoy a cup of hot coffee in the morning, and this is actually, it has become part of my daily ritual, my day-to-day practice, which is after I do my meditation, I sit in the sofa, I drink my coffee, I read a good book, and this is going to set up my mindset for the day. Again, taking time for myself, learning something, drinking my coffee after I've done my meditation practice. If you know me well, you also know that I am a fan of tarot reading, and some of the practices that I do, doing some tarot reading in the morning or doing some journaling. Those are practices that I also love to embrace and to cultivate into that moment of morning silence. Let's move on into the second thing that I do to keep myself in track as a mentor. And this thing is to move my body. And again, I usually like to do this in the morning. I would say like 80-90% of the times I get to do my exercises, my physical activities during the early morning. After I've done my meditation, my coffee, my reading, I get to exercise. And one of the things that I love to do the most at this point is weightlifting and cardio. Maybe one of the practices that you might be doing, some of the physical practices, maybe asana or maybe some other sort of exercise. For me, during many years, asana was the practice, the physical practice that I embraced and that it was really supportive and healthy of my lifestyle. These days, I am relying much more into weightlifting, cardio, and things like that. So what is the practice that you do in your day-to-day life? Let me know in the comments. I would be super happy to read. I know some of you may like to go and dance, move your body in different ways. That always feels good. And for me, there is nothing like moving my body, sweating. And that practice, I know it's going to make my mind much more clear, sharper, and I'm gonna feel ready to take the day. The third thing that I do is investing in my learning. Yes, you may think that I am a mentor and that I have everything sorted out, but that is not the case. I keep investing in my learning, and I always love learning something new. And this may come in the form of investing into some programs, taking workshops, doing in-person events, communicating with other peers, and also something as simple as reading a book, listening to podcasts, and so on. So this is something that I do on a daily basis. For me, learning is so important, not only for myself, but also for my clients who come to me because they need some help on growing their business or running their retreats. So for me, it's super important that I keep learning so that I can support my clients better, but at the same time, I can also support my own journey. Let me know if this is something that you do. I know learning is so important and I know you do love learning. So I'm sure there is gonna be something that resonates with you here. The number 4 thing that I do on my day-to-day to stay on track as a mentor is to have connection with my community, my in-person community, and that might be my family, my friends, people that I know, just having real connection, interactions, conversations with them, but also connecting to nature. I am such a nature person. I love being connected to nature, and to me this is something that gives me so much grounding, especially if I have had like a very stressful day, long day. For me, connecting to nature is the thing that it's gonna press that reset button. That sometimes may come in the form of going to the countryside and just go for a hike. Sometimes may come to coming down here, sitting on the garden, sitting under the trees. And even sometimes when I don't have so much access to nature, I might just use a little bit of essential oils, just smell some natural essential oils or something like that. Being really in touch with nature is something that really allows me to connect again with myself, with my purpose, and also finding that energy, that neutral energy that is gonna bring me down to reset and down to earth. So that's super important for me. Let me know if this is another one of yours. Let me know if this is helpful for you and if this is something that you integrate into your day-to-day life. Finally, the number 5 practice that keep me on track as a mentor, it's to pamper myself. And yes, absolutely, I put some time during the day, during the week, to take a time to take care of myself. I know talking about self-care might sound a little bit too stereotypical, but hey, it is important. And for me, it is important because I know if I want to take care of others, if I want to support and serve others in the best way, the number 1 thing I can do is to take care of myself. For me, this self-care may come in the form of going to a massage or going to the steam room and spend some time sitting there and just basically sweating. Or sometimes taking care of myself means that I'm gonna take the time to cook a delicious, nice and nurturing meal for myself. Sometimes we might get to think, oh my gosh, I don't have time to cook for myself. This is the last thing that I'm gonna do right now. But when you are working, constantly producing, constantly doing stuff, it is really important to take that time to take care of yourself. And I actually even found that these practices over time, they help you become even more productive because you are taking the time to chill, to relax, and to recharge your battery. Let me know if any of this resonates with you. I will be super happy to hear from you in the comments, whether you are watching this video on YouTube or if you are listening to our podcast. You have the option of leaving the comments in the show notes. These practices are so sacred to me, and I would not be able to show up the way that I do if I wouldn't have them incorporated into my day-to-day life. And this is the reason why I have included all of these practices in my upcoming business bootcamp at Samahita Retreat. If you are a yoga or wellness entrepreneur and you are in the process of building and growing your business, but you are finding so many difficulties along the way, like branding, like attracting the right people, putting your message out there, and building those foundations of your business, I would like to take this opportunity to invite you to this business bootcamp. This is going to happen in April 2025. I hope you are listening to this video before then. And if you want to find more information about Zenpreneur Business Bootcamp, I'm going to leave links in the description of this video. And all of the practices that I've been talking about today, we are going to include. We're going to have morning time, silent meditations, walk to the nearby Buddhist temple. We are going to have fitness practices, weightlifting and cardio. We are going to be learning, of course, this is the main purpose of this business bootcamp, is to learn all of the foundations of business, marketing, pricing, selling your offerings, creating your offerings, all of the things you wish you have learned in your training but you never got to learn. We're going to be connecting with a community of like-minded people that will become your spiritual family, but also we will connect to nature. Samui has an incredible nature. We are also going to do a visit and a donation to the Samui Elephant Rescue so that you will have the opportunity to connect with these amazing animals. I loved hanging out with elephants. This is one of the experiences I had here in Thailand in 2017, and I think it's very relevant to this bootcamp because I do believe in responsible tourism, and that's the reason why I have included this visit and donation to the Elephant Rescue Center in Koh Samui. And finally, there's also going to be massages and time to pamper yourself during this bootcamp. And included in your package, you do have 3 treatments, and there are so many things that you can do during the day, not only for learning, connecting with nature, exercising, meditating, but also pampering yourself. So if any of this resonates with you, check the links for Zenpreneur Business Bootcamp in the show notes or in the description of this video, and I would love for you to be there with us. And this is gonna be it for today. This is the video that I wanted to share with you today. I hope this was helpful, and remember, these practices are really important to keep and maintain in your day-to-day life, not only as a teacher, not only as a coach, but also as an entrepreneur. It's gonna help serving your people at a much deeper level. That's all for now. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon.